Good morning, YouTubers. This is your zip code for Reek, Matt Shahini in the 92805 zip code in Southern California on this Friday, May 27th. Today's zip code takes us back to the great state of Texas. 28th state in the Union, entered in 1845, southern state, actually more of a south central state. And the zip code is 79761, Odessa, Texas. It's one of five that are in the within city limits of Odessa. The vast majority of Odessa, Texas is in Ector County, part of the Odessa Midland metropolitan area. A little bit of Odessa goes into Midland County, but for this zip code 79761, it's all in Ector County. The zip code area serves 33,968 people. The total of the city, as of 2020 census, was 122,630, over 51.36 square miles. It's at 2,900 feet in elevation, and it's in West Texas, actually, pretty close to the New Mexico border. It got its start in 1881 as a water stop on the railroad, and in 1927 was incorporated. The main growth came from the oil booms because Odessa sits above what's called the Permian Basin, which is a sedimentary deposit with much oil and gas, and oil is the lifeblood of the town. So you can imagine there's poverty here, but it seems as if it's more of a middle class town overall, and people share in the wealth of the town to some measure. A lot of what's here is cowboy culture, oil rigs. It's also the place where the book and the movie Friday Night Lights was based. About 57.8% Hispanic. It was also the former home of both Bush 41 and Bush 43, two former presidents. Barbara Bush lived here in 1948, and George H.W. Bush, which was Bush 41, and his wife said, "This is where, at Odessa, we became Texans, and proud of it." So both Bushes had a stake here. Originally the Bushes were from Connecticut, but George W. lived far more of his life here, even though he was born in Connecticut, than he did, than there. So, adopted Texans. There's a fair amount here as far as culture goes, as people call it. Oh yes, this is named after Odessa, Ukraine, because of the short grass prairie in both areas. That's why it's called that, because of the similarity of the landscape. At least some have thought so. There's the Midland Odessa Symphony and Chorale. And within that, there's the Lone Star Brass, the Permian Basin String Quartet, and the West Texas Winds, among other things, in the midst of what they call cowboy culture. So great. The weather here, it's considered, it's semi-arid. It still escapes being a desert, but it's at 13.57 inches of rain per year on the average. This time of year, the average high is 88.3, the average low is 63.1, so it's already warm. In June and July, which are the hottest months, the average in June is 94.8, low is 70.6. Average high in July is 93.8, a little cooler, and the low is 72 degrees. In January, which is the coolest month, 57.5 for the high, 34.7 for the low, and they might see a dusting of snow. On the average, it's about 4/10 of an inch per year. Anyway, that's Odessa for you. Sorry for my hand there. That's Odessa, Texas for you, home of some presidents. Two ex-presidents, anyway. I think George W. Bush still has holdings here and or in Midland. Any event, if you hit subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Have a good day. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.